Reading for June 15th, Science of Mind, A Philosophy of Faith, A Way of Life by Ernest Holmes. Reading from page 443, paragraph 1, through page 444, paragraph 4, using inclusive language. The Real Parent and Child, Matthew 11:27. And no one knoweth the child but the parent, neither knoweth any one the parent save the child, and they to whomsoever the child will reveal them. What reasonable explanation can we find to this passage unless we look for some hidden meaning behind these words of the great teacher? Source alone knows the real child, forever hidden in the bosom of the parent. To Source, this idea of kinship must be pure, complete, and perfect, divine, holy, and indestructible. With our present limited vision, we neither see nor know the real child, but the parent within knows and understands. Neither knoweth any one the parent save the child, and they to whomsoever the child will reveal them. Source is revealed through the child, and the child reveals themselves to other children when they realize that Source is their life. This implies a direct relationship between Source and people. If one would know Source, they must penetrate deeply into their own nature, for here alone can they find it. If they would reveal Source to their fellow people, they must do so by living such a divine-like life that the divine essence flows through them to others. The only way to know the divine is to be like it, and while this may seem discouraging in our present state of evolution, we should remember that we have but started an eternal ladder which ever spirals upward. When Jesus said to come to him and find rest, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest," did he mean that we should or could come unto his personality? Of course not. Jesus knew that his human personality would soon be dissolved in his divine individuality. He knew that he was soon to leave this world and go into a deeper realization of life, truth, and beauty. It is evident then that he was referring to his understanding of life when he told all who are weary to come unto him and find rest. Had he not already explained that God indwells every soul? He was inviting people to penetrate more deeply into their own natures, if they would find peace and comfort. This has ever been the lesson taught by the illumined, that we find God only within ourselves, and God can work for us only by working through us. God reveals itself directly through the child. The child reveals Source when they realize that Source is already within them. This understanding would not produce an undue conceit, nor would it set people in the temple of God as God, but it would place a true estimate of value on the life of people. The power at the heart of God. Peace is the power at the heart of Source. It is through the revelation of the self to the self that one understands life, that they approach the power which is at the heart of the divine. This comes through a recognition of the unity of the individual with the spirit back of, in, and through all. The problem of philosophy is to unite the infinite with the finite, to join the abstract with the concrete, to find a meeting place between the absolute and the relative, to unify with first cause. The same problem confronts religion and is, indeed, its whole purpose, to unify people with Creator. This is also true of science, but from a different angle. Science seeks to join causes and effects, and by doing so, make practical use of its knowledge. Science is really spiritual, while philosophy leads to true religion. Science is the handmaid of religion and philosophy.